Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video we are going to discuss about the upcoming Treasure Map Sugo Fest, which is labeled a Merge Celebration Treasure Map Sugo Fest, and it will mark the debut for not only the new Super Type Legend Bone Clay, but also for two new other Treasure Map Legends, V2 Superclass Crocodile and also Legend Koala. Along with these three we have tons of new Treasure Map Rare recruits, and I have done a breakdown for all of these characters in past videos, all of which I will link in the pinned comment, the description and even at the end of this video. The Sugo Fest is not yet officially announced in-game, that will most likely happen tomorrow, but we already know some basic information. It will be a 3-part Treasure Map Sugo Fest, with the first part arriving on the 14th of the month, and then part 2 a day after, while part 3 will arrive 2 days after part 1. According to the Japanese leaks, the Sugo Fest will be 1.5 times, meaning 7.5% legend rate. The new for both versions legend, Bone Clay, will be available on all parts in the legend pool, but we do not know the full legend pool or the number of the available legends. The new legend Crocodile for Global will be available in parts 1 and 2, while Koala will be available in parts 1 and 3. We do not yet know of the rates, but it seems like for the Treasure Map Rare recruits the rates won't be equal in every part, judging by the banner images of course, because again we do not have official information about the rates, and those will either come the day of the first part or with the official in-game announcement. What we do know for certain is the Sugo Fest steps. For all parts, the steps are exactly the same, the only thing that will change is the available characters that are rate boosted, or of course the available legends. Multi 1 goes for 30 gems, thankfully. Multis 2, 3 and 4 guarantee a recommended character. That step is very good, and it means one of the characters that is displayed in the banner image of the respective part is guaranteed. Because these banners have quite a few characters available in their images, we do not yet 100% know if we should base this step off the image or off the recommended character tab in the tavern, but most likely they will be the same, just take the comment with a grain of salt for now, until we have guaranteed information. Multis 5, 12, 18 and 23 guarantee a legend. Multis 7, 10, 15 and 20 guarantee either new Ivankov, Caesar or Bone Clay, the new bats, and then Multi 25 for all parts guarantees the new legend Bone Clay. The remaining new Treasure Map legends and rare recruits for Global are not guaranteed in any of the parts or steps in the Sugo Fest. Let's now take a look at this image I made with the 3 individual parts and the characters we for certain know will be available in them. For all 3 parts we have Bone Clay, Ivankov and Caesar, the new bats and the 3 new characters of course. For part 1 we also have Koala and her bats available, and also V2 Crocodile and his bats. In part 2 we again see Crocodile, but not his bats or Koala and her bats, and instead we get Robin and Jimbe with the disguised Treasure Map Rare recruit Straw Hats. In part number 3 we get Koala, Nami and Usopp, and then Kinemon with company, and we see that in this part we have 8 recommended characters, or at least 8 characters on the banner image and not 9. This can possibly mean that in part 3, in steps 2, 3 and 4, where you get a recommended character, you might have a higher chance of getting Bone Clay or one of the characters of the new bats. That of course will depend on the rates, Bandai might adjust them for part number 3, we will have to wait and see. At the same time, consider that this part, as a counter to having 8 recommended characters and not 9, is made to be the least desirable part for players, at least in my opinion, because out of the 3 new Treasure Map legends, Koala will probably be the least desirable one, and Kinemon's Treasure Map Rare recruit bats will probably be the same. and that does not take into consideration their abilities. It is strictly an assumption of mine based on character popularity. To briefly discuss about the characters, Bon Clay is very unique, the only unit in the game that can change his classes and color, and he will also be extremely versatile because he is the only super type that can give you super typing for many types, not just a specific one of his normal color. On top of that, he can provide a full board of matching slots and he will boost your base attack. Both Koala and Crocodile are decks, and they also share the similarity of revolving around HP, meaning that based on your crew's HP they can provide different stuff, but that is pretty much it about similarities between them. Koala boosts Dex, Fighter and Free Spirits, while also with her Captain ability being able to make orbs beneficial and restore special cooldowns when they are rewinded for your crew, and she is a Dex super type unit, while Crocodile is a Dex super class unit for the Cerebral class, and he mainly boosts Cerebral units. With his Captain ability he does boost other classes as well, but of course at a lower boost, and then he can provide an attack boost for Cerebral units, Chain Boundaries, which is a very good buff, and with his super special, if you meet the criteria, he can also manipulate slots. For the new Treasure Map Rare recruits, Koala's Bats, Karasu and Morley mainly provide you utility, they cannot give you a boost in damage, and then the same goes for Otsuru, not as good as the Koala Bats though, in my opinion. Denjiro from Kinemon's Bats can mainly give you a boost in damage, he cannot provide utility, and every other unit with its special, meaning Lucci, Enel, the Disguised Straw Hats and Kinemon, can provide both a form of utility and some form of a boost in damage. All of the Treasure Map Rare recruits though, without exception, have supports that are not the generic boost in stats, they can either give you a boost in damage or maybe some utility stuff, which in my opinion makes them better to have, and they are not just one-off units for a specific treasure map. For Ivankov and Caesar, I talked a lot about them in yesterday's video, but in my opinion Caesar is a bit of a specific character for specific situations, kind of niche. Ivankov is better and has more future potential, but both can provide damage along with utility. For the only two units that we did not discuss from here, Robin and Jimbe, and then Nami and Usopp, the two Straw Hat dual units, they are both good, definitely you are happy with them if you get them and you miss them, but because they are not Treasure Map Sugo exclusives, you should not be pulling in this Sugo Fest specifically for them. In whichever part you decide to pull, if they are available, they are definitely a positive bonus if you miss them, but you should be taking into consideration the rest of the characters you miss and which of the Treasure Map exclusive units you want to get the most. They were released very recently for Global though, and I believe that a lot of people do not have them because they did not pull in their Sugo Fest. They might be two units that pretty much the majority of the player base in Global misses, which is of course a good thing in this case because they give more value to parts 2 and 3. Which part is the best for you though? Part 1 looks very good, I will agree, because it has many new units for Global, but we should always consider the rates and the available pool of legends. The way Bandai handled the other merged Sugo Fest with Halloween Boa and Perona and the new legends in general was very positive. But then we saw the disaster that was the New Year Super Sugo Fest, so I don't really know what to think. We should wait for part 1 to have an official answer. Generally for the whole Sugo Fest, wherever you miss the most legends and that part has the characters that you like the most and you want to get based on the exclusive characters as well, the TMRRs and the Treasure Map Legends, then you can go for that part. Always consider that you are not obliged to just go for one part, you can spread your multis in different parts and for example do 3 multis in part 1 and part 2 depending on what you get or what you want. But to advise someone to do that, I definitely need to see the rates and how the new Treasure Map Rare Recruit rates will be handled, but also if the new Treasure Map Rare Recruits will be available in every part, just with different rates. That is still a big mystery looming over this Sugo Fest. Having a discounted first multi though, and 3 consecutive recommended character units in multis 2, 3 and 4, I will admit is pretty good for a treasure map Sugo Fest. Another big question players have about the Sugo Fest: is it a must pull? I'm not going to say that, because there are many situations where you might even consider completely skipping this Sugo Fest, after of course we know the rates, because if you are a free-to-play player and you have no gems because of the New Year Super Sugo, it's not really advised to pull, you cannot do a lot of pulls anyway. If you are a new player, the legend rate here is not high. 7.5% legend rate is not good if you are just chasing legends. If you do not have a well-developed box and you are missing a lot of legends in the game, you probably want to prioritize 3 times legend rate Sugo Fests or Super Sugos, so you can get the maximum value for legends you miss out of your gems. You might not even care about this Sugo Fest because you are still chasing Roger and Newgate or the V2 Straw Hat crew units from the New Year Super Sugo Fest, which is still available. On the other hand though, this is not a Pirate Rumble Sugo Fest situation, that the unit and the new legend that is featured is mainly good for Pirate Rumble. These treasure map exclusive units can definitely be good outside of the treasure map, and they can help you in many different quests by either giving you damage, utility or whatever else it might be. To conclude, no, in my opinion this is not a must pull Sugo Fest for all players because we do not know the rates and we also do not yet know the available legend pool for each one of the parts. And with that, I think we can end the video. We discussed about everything here. If you have any questions, of course, tell me in the comments below, I will do my best to help. If you enjoyed this discussion, definitely leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more One Piece Treasure Cruise content. For even more of a breakdown on the available characters in this Sugo Fest, you can check the 2 videos on screen right now to help with your decision. Thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.